Hey there. Why do you keep yourself so busy? Now, as a single professional woman with that, whether a solopreneur or you own a company, I know that said, just that would keep you busy, right? There's so many things that you need to be on top of. People's schedules and staffing and HR things as far as evaluations and just the whole financial piece and the PR piece and the market, all of that is huge. So that would definitely keep you busy. Your career keeps you busy, no doubt. And your home and your family life, well, family life especially keeps you busy with family and friends because you love them dearly. You want to be supportive and helpful and giving and caring, and you are. And so, yeah, there's always birthdays and anniversaries and holidays where you celebrate, vacations where you go together. Yeah, that keeps you busy too. And then what about your home? Well, as a single person now, then you've got the whole home and the day-to-day stuff of keeping it organized and clean. And even if you have like a cleaning person that comes in, you still have to get everything like kind of ready for them to get ready to clean, right? And then there's the car and the house and the yard and the garden and whoa, all of that keeps you busy, no doubt. But there's another layer below all of that. So I ask you again, why do you keep so busy? I'll get to that in a moment, but first of all, let me introduce myself for those of you who don't know me. My name is Catherine Walters, and I'm a soul alignment expert, and I help strong, powerful, independent, and usually single women to step into their full independence, to enjoy their freedom, to embrace their authenticity and their fullest self expression without apologizing, people pleasing, or making themselves small. And what I know, though, is working with women that have been single for, post divorce for quite a while, and myself as well, that oftentimes women keep themselves busy, not only because it feels good and it supports our self esteem and we feel like we've accomplished something, but there are some reasons underneath that. One could be a sense of loss and grief because it's not only about the no longer being with your spouse or your partner, but also all the friends, the connections that you had as a couple, that once you're no longer a couple, they kind of disappear into the ethers. And then there's also that sense of loneliness, of like not being able to just pick up and like that person's there where you can just go get a cup of coffee or go to a movie or go for a spontaneous bike ride. And so you keep busy to like fill that void of no one being there. And then there's also the grief and the sadness of the loss of so much, a lifestyle and friendships and your identity as being part of something, a bigger something, and now you're on your own. There's even a loss of status in our culture, to be quite honest. And so you keep busy, busy doing. But I have a suggestion for you and three ways to do it. It's like, what if you could be simply allow yourself to be without all the busyness? It doesn't take a lot. So here's the first suggestion. It's like when you wake up in the morning, instead of like checking with your phone or any of your other devices to see what's going on, like what emails, what texts, what do you need to respond to? Instead, what if you gave yourself that first at least 15, 20 minutes of the day, or maybe even an hour where you didn't check any of the otherworldly stuff and said, gave, gave yourself that time to be with you, to dream about what it is you would love to create in your life, to dream about how you can, what kind of fun and joy and magic can you draw to yourself that day? What kind of joy might you experience? What are you passionate about? And look at that. Let that sort of percolate that first hour before you get out into the world. The second is to when you find yourself so busy in your busy day of doing things, just simply take a moment and breathe. Maybe for just a few minutes, just breathe with yourself. Be with yourself for a few moments and notice how you feel before you move on to the next activity of or act, you know, busyness. Another tip is to take a few moments, especially in the middle of your busy day, and when you might be feeling sad or lonely or lost, and just close your eyes and go to your happy love place. Your happy love place. Could be outside, it can be indoors. And just be with the love, be with the happiness. For me, it's imagining that I'm in my bedroom on the bed with my two calicos, Maggie and Sasha, and they're snuggled up close to me and I'm petting them. And so I'm giving and I'm receiving love at the same time and feeling that connection with them. That's my happy love place. So I know that the three things is like it's important to take time when you're so busy to simply breathe, to come back to yourself, and to come back to the love that's already in your life, in your world, and pause and enjoy that, even if it's just for a few minutes. And that will give you those times where you can reconnect and not have to be so busy and simply be and fill yourself up. And those are three ways you can start to fill yourself up so you don't have to like be so busy. And I know that that's something that in our culture, we're taught to be busy, taught to be productive, taught to multitask. And yet at the end of the day, does that feel great? Or do you simply just feel exhausted and wish you had more hours in the day to do even more? And I know it's important to be contributing to the world and to be making that contribution. But what if you simply being you and being connected to you yourself and your own inner peace and inner self was a contribution? And those things can take some practice. And I know you've read tons of books and gone to workshops and, intensives and all of those things and retreats. And yet somehow or other, you might be great for a while when you come home, maybe a day or two, or maybe a week if you're lucky. And then it all sort of like fades away and you go back to that, hamster wheel where you're go, go, go instead. And if you would like to know how to really be and allow yourself to be with yourself and enjoy being on your own, in your own presence, in your own company, then I invite you to have a conversation with me. And in it, we'll look at where you are, where you're going in your life, where you're keeping yourself busy, and where you would like to create something a little different from that. So you could feel comfortable and peaceful and happy, enjoying where you are in your life right now, and what that could look like for you to have more space for yourself, to really do and enjoy what you love to do. So if what I'm saying resonates with you, then I invite you to have a conversation with me. The link is below. Love and blessings. Until I see you again. Namaste.